प्रणय कारुण्या घनाघनात्वा प्राप्तस्य कल्याणार्णवस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द महाप्रभो कीर्तन नित्या गीता वादित्रमार्द्यान् मनसोरसेन रोमाञ्चकं श्रुतरङ्गभाजो वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द श्रीविग्रहाराधन नित्यानना शृङ्गारतन्मालिनमार्जनाद युक्तस्य भक्त्याञ्च नियुञ्जतोऽपि वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द चतुर्विधा श्री भगवत्प्रसाद स्वाद्वन्न तृप्तान् हरिभक्ता सङ्घा कृत्वैव तृप्तिं भजत सदैव वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द वीराधिका माधवयोरा माधुर्य लीला गुणरूपनाम्ना प्रतीक्षणा स्वादनलोलुपास्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्द निकुञ्जायुनो रतिकेलि सिद्धये यायालिभिर्युक्तिरापेक्षणीया तत्रापि दाक्षादतिवल्लभस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा साक्षाधरित्वेन समस्तशास्त्रे उक्तस्तथा भाव्यत एव साधि किन्तु प्रभार्या प्रियेव तस्य वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा यस्य प्रसादात् भगवत्प्रसादात् यस्य प्रसादात् न गति कुतोऽपि ध्यायन्तु वां यस्य श्रीसन्ध्या वन्दे गुरो श्रीचरणारविन्दा 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 जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशाचार्य श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर Vivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Haraya Namah, Krishna Yadavaya Namah, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah. Gopal Govinda Ram Sri Madhusada, Giridhari Gopinath Madanamo, Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Damodara Radha Damodara Radhe. Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Jagannath, Jaya Baladev, Jaya Subhadra. Jai Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman. Jai Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Bhakta Prahlad. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hariva, 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 Hariva. Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimati Divine Grace Srilavai Charanaраvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharya Ashtottara Sata Shri Srimati Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माँ यमुना माई की वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय The most merciful Lordship Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki. The most merciful Lordship Sri Sri Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki. The most merciful Lordship Sri Sri Lakshmi Narsinga Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki. The most merciful Lordship Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ji ki. The most merciful Lordship Sri Sri Radha Damodar ki. Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Bunda ki. Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotee. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
भक्ति विघ्न विनाशक नरसिंहदेव भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवे सत्यवते नमो नमः। कृष्णाय तुलसी देव्ये प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवे सत्यवते नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देवी प्रियाय केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवते नमो नमः। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय। नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः। राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो पदे पदे महारानी जय कैसे महारानी वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देव्यै सत्यवच्चे नमो नमः वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देव्यै सत्यवच्चे नमो नमः वृंदाये तुलसी देव्यै प्रियायै केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देव्यै सत्यवच्चे नमो नमः 3 times అయిపోయిందా निंदाई तुलसी देवी प्रियाये केशवस्य च विष्णु भक्ति प्रते देवी सत्यवच्चे नमो नमः कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदान देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय एव च पतिदाना पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय सर्वपाद की जय हरि हरि बोल।
अच्छा मैं करो मीडियम स्लो मीडियम फास्ट हरे कृष्ण हील प्ले दो ताल बजे जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधे नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपा लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियोलुकलादवमाना दन्तमो नेत्रायुग्मं भुजन्ता राम्बुजायुग्मेन साकङ्कनेत्र मोहश्वासकं पात्रे एकान्तकण्ठा सीताग्रीवं दामोदरं भक्तिभद्रा इति दृक्षलीलाभिरानन्दकुन्दे सदोषमुनिमाचान्तमाख्यपयन्त तदीयेषिताग्नेषु भक्तर्जितत्वा गुणा प्रेमातस्तं सतावृतिवन्दे वरं देवा मोक्षं रामवधिं वा न चान्यं गुणेऽहं वरेशदपि इदं देव पूर्णाता गोपालबाला सदा मे मानस्य इदं ते मुखां मोजामत्यं तनीलये युतं कुण्डलै स्निग्धारक्तै च गोप्ता मोचुम्बितं बिम्बारकादरं मे मनस्य विरास्तामालं लक्षणामि नमो देवा दामोदरानन्द विष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजालविमग्न कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्या ते दीनं बतानो गृहाणि समामग्नमे दक्षिदृष्ट्या वेरात्मा जो बाधा कैवयाजात् स्वयमुचितौ भक्ति भजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच्छ नमो ग्रहो मे नमस्ते सुदाम्ने सुरभि सुदाम्ने सदीयुराय नमस्ते सुदाम्ने सुरभि सुदाम्ने सदीयुराय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, medium fast. Krishna Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, medium fast. Medium fast. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. बिगाड़ दिया. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Radha Damodara, Radha Damodara, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Radha Damodar Bhagavan ki, Shri Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunda Vinari Jai Radha Madhava Yashodanandana Bragajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनंदन भज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन भज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव सिंह बिहारी जय राधा माधव सिंह बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Haribo. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री श्री गौनिताय की जय, श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्र महारानी की जय, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय, श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्री श्री राधा दामोदर की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama-sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vancha kalpatarobhyasya kripa sindhubheva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langaite giri, yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. I'm very happy to be here. Do you require that? That's fine. This is okay. I've come here many times, but to come here in a morning program like this is very soothing to the heart. I felt very inspired by the morning program that you have been holding for many, many years. Morning program, and then which is including the Damodar and then all of you go back to your regular daily duties in your office or whatever, and probably come back and study some scripture or whatever. It's all very inspiring to see this community beautifully building up, headed by Madhav Gopinath Prabhu, assisted by other devotees. I'm very, very pleased, happy. My being pleased or happy does not mean anything, but I'm just expressing my happiness, that's all. So, this whole month we'll be offering lamb to Damodar and Yashodamai and Radha Krishna, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra, all the deities, primarily to Damodarji. So, why it has such significance? Because once Prabhupada said that statement stuck to me very deeply in my heart. Prabhupada said, these Mayavadis, they wanted to become equal to God. But they don't know that one can become even greater than God. If you are aiming, why you are aiming to become equal to God? And then he says, Mother Yashoda actually bound Krishna with her love for him. Krishna was very, very fearful. Fear is fearful of Krishna. Fear personified is fearful of Krishna. But Krishna is fearful of Mother Yashoda. When he saw the danda in her hand, Rudantam moho netra yugmam rujantam karamboja yugme na shatanka netram. So he is actually rubbing his eyes because there were tears. Then the kajal that was applied to his eyes was coming out. And that scene is so beautiful that the devotee who is writing the song is saying, it is not a disturbed kajal, but it is the loving exchange that you have with Krishna or with Yashoda. How much you actually bound by the love of a devotee. Love has such power. Love has such power that it can even bind Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Surudam Sarvabhutanam. But he can be bound by love of a devotee. So, Mother Yashoda bound Krishna by her love. She actually thought that, Krishna is dependent on her. She never thought Krishna to be the Supreme Lord. There were occasions where there was some doubt. Maybe Krishna is some great demigod or Narayana. But then her affection for Krishna was so predominating that she didn't think, no, I'm just illusioned. He is my child, dependent on me. Both Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, both of them thought Krishna to be, their own child, very much dependent like that. And Krishna likes to be in such association. He likes to feel that someone is chastising him, someone is rebuking him, someone is maintaining him. That nature is there in God, because of which we have that nature too. We also want to be pampered by someone. We also want to be chastised by someone. We also want to be, uh, to be subordinate to someone. Actually, the feeling of being subordinate to someone is actually coming from Krishna, because Krishna wants to be subordinate to his devotee. So that is why we have the feeling. It's so nice to be subordinate. It is so difficult to be a boss, actually speaking. It's very difficult to be a boss. Though foolishly we all try to want to become a boss and become a failure. The more you want to control, the more you can become frustrated. It's not that Mother Yashoda is controlling Krishna. Mother Yashoda, out of her great affection for Krishna, she wanted to make sure that Krishna is not going here and there. So she tied a rope to Krishna's waist so that Krishna cannot just go anywhere and everywhere, because there were so many accidents that had happened. So she was very careful. So this pastime is known to everyone. It is not that we don't know, but we have to draw some lessons from this pastime. Otherwise, we can recite the pastime and then feel good about it, but what do we draw from it? One lesson definitely that is mentioned in the pastime itself we will discuss, but there are additional lessons which I will describe. One lesson is that when Mother Yashoda was trying to tie Krishna, she was not able to tie Krishna. Every time the rope was 2 inches short. Then she tried to get some more rope. They have, by the way, 10 lakh cows. They have. So a lot of rope is available. So she was trying to get more rope, tie the ropes together and trying to bind Krishna. Again, it is 2 inches short. Again, it is 2 inches short. She became very disappointed that she was not able to, do her service. Seeing her fatigue, seeing her desperation, Krishna allowed Mother Yashoda to bind him. One thing we should never forget: you can never conquer your superior unless that superior agreed to be conquered by you. Even though you may have love, you can't demand, I have so much love for you, so you should do whatever I want to say. No, you have to respect the superior. Only when the superior is so much pleased that you can bind that superior by your love. And that is the proper way of actually, binding a superior. You don't want to bind a superior to exploit the superior. You want to bind the superior to give more love to him. So here Mother Yashoda's binding Krishna is not that an angry mother is frustrated with her child. So that is why she is binding. She has so much love for Krishna that she wants to protect Krishna. So offering service to Krishna in the form of protection. That is why she wants to bind Krishna. She is not like a dominant lady trying to bind Krishna. She is not frustrated, angry, and that is why she is binding Krishna. No. So because of such pure love that she has towards Krishna, Krishna allowed himself to be bound by him, bound by her. So this important thing that we must understand, that when in a society way we have superiors, we always have peers, superiors, and juniors to us. We may say that some people always think that I am very advanced. No one is superior to me. I am superior, although I may be less in age, but I am superior to everyone. These are hidden, motivations people have, hidden things that people have. This is actually Duryodhana mentality. Duryodhana mentality is, I am the best. Yudhishthira mentality is, I am the lowest of all. Krishna told Duryodhana and Yudhishthira, you find out who is best, who, you find out from the whole, you go around and find out who is the best person that you found. Duryodhana comes back and says to him that, I did not find anyone better than me. That's what Duryodhana said. Whereas Yudhishthira Maharaj said, I found everyone else to be better than me. Saying is easy. What is there? But feeling is very difficult. Feeling like that is very difficult. This whole material world, we want to prove to others that I am better than you. So that will not work in Krishna consciousness. Opposite works in Krishna consciousness. You want to win someone, you have to win them by humility. So anyway, so here Krishna allowed himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. But she was not able to tie him. As I said, there were 2 inches, rope was 2 inches short. So our acharyas explain, if you want to conquer Krishna, or if you want Krishna's merciful glance to be upon you, then these 2 inches makes a lot of difference. What is that? 1 inch, or the 2 means, 1 is you have to constantly endeavor to please Krishna. That is 1. And the other is, when Krishna sees that you are constantly endeavoring to please him, he shows his mercy. So in other words, how to receive mercy from Krishna? Constantly endeavor. Don't demand Krishna. I have done everything. I have attended all my Mangalaharathis. I have attended all my Bhagavatam classes. But still, why are you not showing mercy? Sorry. It doesn't work the way that you think. Even if Krishna has stated in scripture, you do this, and you have done that, still Krishna may not give you the mercy the way you want. In fact, whatever he gives, you should accept it as a mercy, and then Krishna becomes very happy. Tattenu kampam susamikshmano bhunjanevatmakatam vipakam. What should be the attitude of a devotee? Devotee thinks that if anything good, so-called good happens to him, he feels that I don't deserve this good, but Krishna out of his special causeless mercy is offering this good to me. And if something, undesirable happens, then he thinks that I deserve much more than this. I deserve to be punished. I deserve to be insulted for all the sinful things that I have thought about or done. But Krishna is so merciful, he's making people to forget all of that, and he's still giving me a little bit of, just to, make me understand that I'm very tiny, he's giving me a little pain. That's all. I must get a lot of pain, but I'm getting only a little pain. And Bhagavatam says that if you have this consciousness, then you become a Dayabhak. Dayabhak means you inherit the mercy of Krishna. You become a Hakdar. Hakdar means right? That what do you say in English? It's a rightful claim. It's a rightful claim that you can have on Vaikuntha by having this consciousness. So let us check how much do we have this consciousness. In fact, we have opposite. I have attended all my Mangalaharathis, I have attended this, I have attended that, I have done this, I have done, so I am Hakdar. No, sir. If you have this consciousness, you will miserably fail. Not only miserably fail, you will always be frustrated. You will expect, respect from everyone, and when you don't get such a respect, you feel frustrated. So better not to expect respect. Whatever respect comes, that is, in spite of you being such a nonsense, you get such a respect. Actually speaking. Actually, that is the truth. If our heart has to be scanned, no one will respect us. I'm telling you honestly. Actually true. That is why Krishna only scans our heart. Nobody else can have the ability to scan our heart. Krishna is there in everyone's heart. In spite of scanning our heart, Krishna is actually loving us. So my point is, that's the first point. That is, first lesson is that to actually bind Krishna with your love, you have to make an endeavor. Whether the endeavor may be a little or more, by whatever endeavor you will be able to bind Krishna, that endeavor is the sufficient endeavor. You can't say, I have made a lot of endeavor. Who is the judge of your endeavor? Don't become a judge of your endeavor. Let Krishna become judge of your endeavor. If Krishna is satisfied with a little thing, that's it. Just like that squirrel, he was trying to carry some sand in assisting, making a bridge, and Lord Rama is satisfied with that, and that's it. That's the perfection of that entity. He's not comparing that I'm not able to do like Hanuman. He's happy with whatever little service that he's able to do. But the main thing is, little or more is not actually quantified. Little or more is dependent on Krishna's acceptance. If Krishna is happy with whatever service you're doing, you may not play a very big role like a big preacher or a Bhagavatam class giver, a great Kirtaniya or whatever it is. You may be just, you may be everyday service, maybe folding the mats and dusting the mats and bringing the mats back here. Krishna may be immensely happy with that service. And that's the perfection of your life. Maybe there is a Bhagavatam speaker who is speaking big things, but he is not actually following, or he is not able to inspire others, or there are so many mistakes in his speech. Krishna is not satisfied. So the whole purpose is to satisfy Krishna. So make an endeavor to satisfy Krishna. Endeavor must be directed towards satisfying Krishna. Not to prove to others that I have made a lot of endeavor. Generally in this world, we want to make an endeavor so that we want to be recognized by people that I have made a lot of endeavor. What is the use of your endeavor if Krishna doesn't accept or recognizes that endeavor? So here, Krishna has recognized the endeavor of Mother Yashoda. What was her endeavor? Her endeavor was to bind Krishna. And she tried to bind Krishna with the rope. She could not. And then she tied another rope, another rope, another rope. She tried her best to bind Krishna. She never gave up in between. That's another lesson. While you are endeavoring, you may not get results. Don't give up. Keep trying. So she tried to, finally, she was successful because Krishna has agreed to be bound by her. So then she was successful. She could bind Krishna. She was peaceful that she could bind Krishna. So, then the question is that Mother Yashoda's case, it is very clear that she was able to bind Krishna. But in our case, how do we know whether you are pleased with Krishna or not? Because it's not like binding Krishna. You're making an endeavor in bhakti. How do you know whether you are satisfying Krishna with your endeavor or not? That's a very important thing. It comes in various ways. One of the prominent ways that it comes is that your spiritual superiors or spiritual master is happy with your endeavor. And they express it to you. This is one of the easiest way to know that you are pleased Krishna. And you don't try to excavate it from the superior. Are you pleased, Prabhu? Are you pleased, Prabhu? Like a nakshatraka, go behind him and then, Prabhu, are you pleased? Then he is frustrated and said, I'm pleased. Leave me. Thank you very much. Don't excavate it. Let it happen. Let it come naturally. In fact, any genuine devotee who feels happy, they will not hold it back. They will say it. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased. They will say it. That's a blessing. That's an indication that Krishna is pleased. That's one indication. The other indication is that Vaishnavas around you are also happy. That's another indication. The third indication is that you feel satisfied at your heart. You don't hanker for newer and newer and newer things. That's a third indication. If these indications are coming, then you should be clear. You should be very, very confident that Krishna is pleased with your endeavor. So in the same way, we should try to see whether we are able to please our spiritual master, please other Vaishnavas, and we are feeling confident and happy that I'm participating in these devotional activities, and I wanted to continue to do them, not for time, for some time, but I want to do them happily forever. As long as Krishna permits me to do, I will do them. That feeling is coming. Krishna definitely is pleased by your endeavor. So these are some of the lessons that we need to learn from this Leela. And then later what happened, Krishna went, he crawling, and then there were two trees, uh, and then this big grinder motor, was stuck in between those two trees, and then Krishna pulled it, and the two trees fell down, and then they are Yamalarjuna trees, and then two great Gandharvas came, Nalakura and Manigriva, and then they were very happy to see Krishna, that beautiful form of Krishna. Generally, nobody gets to see such beautiful form of Krishna. So the devotee who is, writing this song is saying, I offer my respectful obeisances to the Dama, that is your, rope which has tied you, and then Mother Yashoda who tied you with her affection for you. You see the humility of the devotee. Varam deva moksham na moksham vadimba nachanyam bruneham bare sadapiha. I don't want any other varam, benediction, my dear Lord. What is that you want to see? I want to see that beautiful face which you are rubbing your eyes in great anxiety and in fear, out of fear for Mother Yashoda. I want to see. Let that form of yours be transfixed in my consciousness. Because that means that the unconquerable is conquered by the love of his devotee. That's what it means. Let that form of yours be fixed in my consciousness. So this is the prayer of the devotee. What? Unconquerable? Can be conquered? Yes, by love. Recently I went to Srikulmam. There was one devotee, a leper, Vasudeva leper. This Vasudeva leper is from the Srikulmam village. His whole body was infected with leprosy. And leprosy means the whole body is, infected, means there are so many worms which are biting his body. So he saw one of the worm fell down from his wound. So he lifted that worm and put it back to his wound, thinking that anyway this body is useless. Now this body has become a food for some of these worms, and by misfortune this worm fell down. So let me put it back so that at least he can enjoy a good meal of my body. That was his consciousness. And he wanted to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he came to know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Kurma Brahman's house. He was staying in Kurma Brahman's house. And he was outside the house. But when he came, by that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has completed his duties and he was told he was resting. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to know by his divine vision that, this Vasudeva leper, he was there. Then he came out, rushed towards this Vasudeva leper, lifted him up, embraced him. You know what this man was thinking? What? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is embracing me? Who am I? Who is Krishna? What was the need of the Lord to embrace me, such a wretched, fallen, infected with leprosy? What is the need for him? It is his boundless mercy. Boundless mercy. We don't even, embrace our own friend or relative if they are affected by some disease or something, I want to be careful when you're out, then I can embrace you. Krishna is so kind, so kind. So that feeling that he had about Krishna, about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, made him such a special person in the eyes of Krishna, eyes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And just by the embrace of Lord Chaitanya, all his leprosy was cleared. He became a beautiful person again. Such glimpses of feeling should come to us when we think of Krishna. Who am I? Who is Krishna? Why should Krishna give any mercy to me, to such a sinful wretch like me? If this comes prominently, regularly, that means we are advancing in Krishna consciousness. Why he will not give mercy? I am doing so much service to so many people. This consciousness doesn't attract Krishna's attention. Even though you may be actually doing, but Krishna will not be happy. Even in his highest devotees, Krishna doesn't want to see that consciousness. When gopis of Vrindavan were thinking that we are Krishna now, Krishna did not like. So Krishna left. And who are gopis? Gopis are the highest devotees. So this feeling, Indra became very, very proud. Krishna has taken away his pride. So this pride is something which actually destroys whatever advancement that we have made. And pride is not something that, which you have to recognize. It's always there sitting in your heart. As I said, whenever you feel that you're better than others, that means pride is sufficient quantity also is sitting in your heart. Pride is there. Now, this is one part that I wanted to discuss. The other part, how to love Krishna, how to conquer Krishna, is through love. And obviously, Mother Yashoda conquered Krishna through love. Love is a far-fetched thing for us. It's easy to say love, 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 love. In fact, Prabhupada says this is the most abused word in this world. Love is the most abused word in this world. Because actually we have lust, but we think that it is love. What is love? You may define love. Love means selfless service, etc., etc., etc. But we must know love is like Everest mountain for us. And to reach that Everest mountain, you have intermediate steps which you have to cross to come to the point of love. And what are those intermediate steps? One step below love is actually indebtedness. That you feel so indebted to someone. I hope you know what is indebtedness. And one step below indebtedness is gratitude. And when you sufficiently develop gratitude, and then gratitude becomes intensified and it becomes indebtedness. Indebtedness becomes intensified and then it transforms into pure love. And then you feel that whatever service I am doing is not sufficient. I have to do more. I have to do more. That feeling will come. That feeling is loving feeling. But it all starts with gratitude. Gratitude towards whom? What form gratitude takes? Gratitude towards Krishna primarily, and the one who gave us Krishna, that is the Acharya. The one who is helping us to follow the instructions of the Acharya, and that is the Vaishnavas. Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas. So if we have gratitude towards them, what happens is the gratitude manifests in the form of selfless service. If there is selfless service, it is only possible through gratitude. If there is no gratitude, no selfless service. One thing that I feel inspired by this is that nobody is paid here. Everybody does it voluntarily. The first thing that I noticed is that in our temples, some of our temples, you don't find the luxury of worshipping deities with three pujaris. The one pujari goes from here to the next, and then finishes the arati. And here I see three pujaris are worshipping. I hope it is daily, daily. The other thing that I found is that morning when you came, you saw all these lamps, oil lamps are there, ghee lamps, I think. The ghee lamps or oil lamp, whatever it is. All lamps are there, ghee lamps. Just to, light these ghee lamps, it requires so much of time, endeavor, so much patience is required. And that too, you have to get it ready by 5 o'clock. That means easily an hour goes to adjust all these things. And then who comes? Devotees come. Turn by turn, devotees come. They feel very grateful that such an opportunity is given to us to worship the Supreme Lord. They are not paid. Every small thing that in this place is a manifestation of selflessness. I am talking about gross selflessness. I'm not entering into those areas of, what is your motivation and this and that and that. At least you have manifested gross selflessness. Krishna is pleased with that. And then you can work on further. Labha, puja, pratishtha, all these big baggage is there. That Krishna will clear. But at least manifest some gross selflessness like this. And it costs a lot of things, to make the jewelry, to make this and to make that and to make that. It costs a lot of money. Who will give? You're not seeking out donations by going here and there. Probably, I'm thinking that, all of you are just, collecting a little bit or not even collecting. Everybody's putting, okay, this is my service, this is my service, this is my service. Nobody is asked, but everyone voluntarily, submits some amount of money, contributes, and such beautiful things can manifest. That is selflessness. So it's a good platform to actually to go all the way up to love because your platform is good. Selflessness. The small children, they are very beautifully, the boys played the mridanga and the karatal, especially during Ramadhan Ashtakam. 1 to 3 beat is easy. 1 beat is very difficult. You have to specially learn it. I could not learn even after 30 years, 25 years, I couldn't learn. But it was so nice. The small children were able to play mridanga and then play karatal and then someone was singing. There is a discipline. Why all these things? It is all coming out of selflessness. Everyone do not have to be told, here the manager is happily dancing. He is not tensed up, hey, do this, hey, do that, who do that, who do that. When there is love, when there is selflessness, everyone knows what they have to do. You do not have to be told pinpointedly. So it's such a beautiful platform to develop, and our temple should be like this. And if you have a big, huge setup, it is very difficult to maintain. But it's a simple setup. You have not paid for this place. By Krishna's mercy, you got this place. You have decorated this place or utilizing this place in the best possible manner. Every day coming to Mangalaharathi for so many people, almost the room was completely full. More than 100 people are there. In our temples, you don't find even 15, 16, 20 people, even some recognized temples. And nobody is being, threatened. Hey, the buttermilk will be missing if you don't come for Mangalaharathi. Something like that. Because everybody makes their own buttermilk and food in their own house. There's no common service like that in the common distribution of prasad. There may be a little bit. So the point is that it's all, where is it coming from? This is all coming from a sense of duty, sense of gratitude towards the acharyas, gratitude towards Srila Prabhupada, acharyas, Krishna, and then the Vaishnavas. That's where it is coming from. So it is pure. Preserve that purity, preserve that selflessness. And nobody is hankering for position. I was very happy to see that, this there is a committee of devotees, not just one person who's leading and then others become envious of it or anything like that. Either here or in Rampalli also same thing. Rampalli, we did not give anything to you. We just gave somebody donated a place for us and then we just gave that place to you, you maintain it. And then you are maintaining it nicely. So this quality of selflessness is the one which leads us all the way to love, which actually conquers Krishna. Maintain that selflessness. If anyone is trying to do anything out of different motivation than selflessness, please don't encourage that. Because that is very infectious. One such person can spoil the whole thing. And because the people who are leading, they are selfless, there's a great possibility that others can catch it. And the person who is in the helm of affairs, if they are selfish, it's very difficult to make that community into a selfless community. So even if you want to make leaders, make people, those who are selfless as leaders, who are acting on the platform of selflessness, who are acting on the platform of gratitude. We are so much indebted to Prabhupada. How much should we be indebted to Prabhupada? He has actually put the whole Goloka Vrindavan in a silver platter and gave it to us in the form of this Krishna consciousness movement. What can we do to Srila Prabhupada to pay back for what he has given to us? This feeling is indebtedness. And once this feeling comes, and love is not very far. It's not that you are achieving, but Krishna is granting this consciousness to you by seeing your endeavor to please Acharya, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas. So, in a nutshell, this is what is actually Krishna consciousness is all about. We don't have to endeavor in any different way. This is the only sure, short way to develop love for Krishna. You start with pure substance, it will end up into a very beautiful pure substance. And the pure substance is selflessness and gratitude. Gratitude is shown through selfless service. Every person, our children, should start their life with selflessness. Gratitude towards their parents, gratitude towards their teachers, gratitude towards the beautiful arrangements that Krishna has given us. You teach A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, it doesn't matter, but you should teach gratitude. Let the children not think that it is my rightful claim because my father is earning a lot of money. I can afford to do anything and buy anything and purchase anything and then do anything I want. No. If that consciousness is there, it's a bad consciousness. You will reap the, disastrous fruits later. Try it, nip it in the bud. If there is any sense of pride, any sense of possessiveness, it has to be dealt with. If it is not dealt with later on, it is unmanageable. That lifetime, you can't do anything with that person. Having known this philosophy, I'm saying, we can't change everybody in this world. It's not possible. At least we try to, inject some of these aspects into our children's life so that one generation is saved. It's preserved. This selfless service to Krishna and Acharyas is preserved through one generation. And then it's their responsibility to pass it on to another generation. So, these were some of the thoughts that were coming to my mind. When I came here, when I saw the devotees so lovingly cooperating with each other, staying with Sushant Prabhu. He received me so nicely. He came all the way to the temple to pick me up. And then I stayed in his house. I took prasadam in our Vasant Prabhu house, our Vasudev Krishna Prabhu's house. You're Vasant, right? Vasant Kumar. Huh? I remember you by that name only. Long, long time he was attending the programs. So I see that such a beautiful community is in the process of making a lot of advancement individually and together. So please don't fight with each other for petty things, small things. This is Kali Yuga. Even you don't want to fight, still fight will come for small things because that is the nature. That is the nature of this world. Please don't fight unnecessarily. Take it easy. Nobody is our enemy. So, so the material is good. Raw material, the foundation is good. Now, how you want to take it up, it's all in the hands of every one of you. Don't just let only one person, bear the whole burden. Share it. How much one person can hold the burden? If Madhav Gopinath Prabhu was not here for 10 years in one place, things would not have manifested like this. People would not have manifested like this. If he is selfish and then he wants to go somewhere else and do something else, things could not have manifested. That is why Grahastha should be in one place. Because they can actually develop communities. And I see such one beautiful community. But how long he will put his health is very bad. Anyone who takes responsibility, their health will be bad. I'm telling you. It is 100% guarantee. Because it's actually, one thing is our own karma. The other is additional karma. Parts of karma gets into the baggage. So don't make them suffer. Cooperate with them. In fact, by seeing them like that, gratitude must generate in our heart. Hey, I should take some responsibility. Not that, no, let this man go, I will become the next leader. That's not the point. The point is that, Prabhu, so much you have done for us. What can we do for you? That is a beautiful consciousness. And when you have such consciousness, no one can defeat you. No external forces can defeat you. So these are some of my, feelings and observations. I may be wrong in some areas. But fundamentally, I think I'm not wrong. Not out of pride, I'm saying this, but out of the training that I've received and the results that I've seen by seeing selfless service. So I thank you all very much. Try to call me regularly. I'm inviting myself so that I can feel happy to be part of you and also probably can appreciate you and learn from you and also encourage you and carry some inspiration. Anyone has any questions, comments? Yes, Vasudev Krishna. Give it. Honestly speaking, by our endeavor, we cannot get over this. We need an example who shows that, trying to be better than others is such a useless position. You need a good example. If you are fortunate enough to be in the association of such devotees, and without your endeavor, that comes to your consciousness. By endeavor, we only make it worse when we don't have an example. Prabhupada is such an example, such a tall example. When some of his god brothers came when he was very sick in Vrindavan, he said, I'm very patit, I'm very fallen, I must have offended all of you. Please forgive me. And the devotees responded, the Gaudiya Math sannyasis responded, "You are not Patit, you are Mahapatit Pavan. You are the deliverer of the most fallen." So he never took it for granted that, I have done so much. He has established an international society, and no other acharya in the history of humanity has achieved what Srila Prabhupada has achieved. But he never took it for, granted that I have done it. In fact, he said, if you find anything good in me, I simply tried to follow my spiritual master. Did not try to change anything. That's my only credit, he said. Wow. Such a tall example is in front of us. He will not be pleased if you try to exhibit pride, for sure. He will not be pleased. You can never please Prabhupada. Somebody tried to tempt Prabhupada with some pride also. Some people said that Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote so many books, and if he want, why he could not preach in the Western countries? He has actually sent some books. The Life and Precepts of Lord Chaitanya is the book which was sent to all the libraries. So when this was referred to Prabhupada, Prabhupada told that, he is such a great, I am a failure as a grahastha. He is the most successful as a grahastha. He had 10 children. He is in that big magistrate position. And if he want, he could have easily gone to the Western countries and preached and established this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. But he has left some service for us. This was Prabhupada's consciousness. So in the same way, instead of seeing some deficiency, you see it as that these superiors have left some service for us. Then you feel happy, satisfied. Such examples are required. In small way or big way, it doesn't matter. Everyone is a good example if they are selfless and humble. You can learn from a child also. But what the problem with all of us is that we try to see bad examples. They become prominent in our consciousness. Bad examples, there are many good examples also, but our mind always goes towards bad examples. So look for example, look for that beautiful quality in others. Then you nurture that quality in your own consciousness. If you look for it, you will nurture it. Yes, Mantri. Just by being grateful. You teach anything to anyone just by possessing that quality. You feel grateful, gratitude will flow through you to the children. You feel proud, that is what is going to flow through you. Today, the modern children are so bad because their parents are very bad. Not because children are bad. Children are very, very nice. They are like, mud, clay. Clay can be molded anyway. But the molder is bad. So, you teach children gratitude by whatever they are liking it, whatever they are possessing it, tell them who is the owner of it. Krishna is the owner of it. You have two pencils, not that father has bought these pencils for you. Krishna, who allowed your father to buy these pencils. You see how much Krishna is giving. Every day so much sunlight is falling on us. We are healthy because of the sunlight Krishna is giving. These are simple things. Where are these things appearing in our textbooks? So, and you can't academically teach these things to the children unless you feel yourself. You must feel very deeply grateful that my life is saved by Prabhupada and devotees. If they had not entered into my life, I would have been a disaster. I would have been a complaining person all the time, frustrated. Even now I am complaining and frustrated, but I would have been much more terribly complaining and frustrated. So when you have this quality, you can easily impart this quality to others. Anything else? Yes, Prabhu. Yes. See, first thing is, Ramadas is not in our parampara or is not even referred by our acharyas. And doesn't mean that Ramadas is any less. He may be a great devotee. He is a great devotee. Sometimes we may misunderstand certain expressions of some of these great personalities. Out of love, they may say something. It appears very, different for us because we have that consciousness. It appears different to us. Out of love, anything can be said to Krishna. So much I did. Why you made me stuck in this jail? Come on, like this. He's saying it out of love. If he did not have love, why would he do so much of service? So, but having said this, not that everyone who is celebrated by common persons as great personality may be having that pure consciousness. Some famous devotees may not be pure devotees. We have to see everything in the light of Shastra. Great devotees, Prabhupada said, the great devotees are like Goswamis. Goswamis never said, we saw Krishna. He Radhe Braja Devi ke chalalite, he Nanda Suno Kutaha. Oh Radha, oh Krishna, where are you? They didn't say that, Krishna has come to, put umbrella on me, or, some of those things have happened, actually. So they didn't claim that. So this is an indication of a devotee. So I feel honestly better not to comment on those persons whom we do not know or about whom we did not hear from our acharyas. This is the reference. Our acharyas has given us, this is the reference of purity. We respect everyone, but we adhere to our acharyas. All right, I have taken a lot of yes, last. You feel satisfied, you don't feel hankering for a certain position or certain recognition in the society, or you feel very happy. As I said, just every day you roll the mats. Just gave an example. In fact, I felt like that when I came here. Oh, so and you don't get that coldness because of the mats that are put so nicely. So you don't feel like hankering for some recognition. That's an indication. Uh-huh. See, Prabhu, service is not something which you choose. Service is given. This is something which we have to be very clear about. You may desire to do something, but express this only with the sanction of a superior authority. You do that service. So service must be given. It should not be assumed. Okay, every day I give Charanamrita. This is my service, Prabhu. Thank you very much. This you have chosen. You may have a different potential. So don't just pass on like a devotee with your own chosen little service. You have a capacity to give, let us say, monthly 20,000 rupees contribution, and you are giving 200 rupees. Krishna will not be happy with that. I just give an example. I don't mean to measure everything with money, but I just gave an example. Like the different people have different capacities. They have to optimally, they have to engage their capacities in service to Krishna. They have to allow others to recognize and then bring it out. Then you are engaging all your, you know, faculties in service to Krishna. But for that one has to be submissive. How someone can extract it out of you unless you allow that person to, bring it out of you. You have to be submissive to the person. Then he will be able to recognize and bring it out of you. But you are restricting yourself, Prabhu, this is what I can do. Please don't, ask more than this. I can't give this. That's not submission. We have so many such tendencies. If you carefully look into it, thousands of such tendencies will be there in our heart. And if you try to work on them, that is called endeavoring to please Krishna. Recognizing and trying to work on them to surpass them with mercy. That is what is actually sadhana. Sadhana is not just about marking our presence in things. Real sadhana is to overcome these anarthas with good examples around us, with the mercy that Acharyas and Krishna has given us. Please forgive me if I spoke in more than realization. Definitely, I know that I have spoken more than my realization, but these are some of the things that flash in my consciousness. I always hanker and aspire for these things, so that's why I shared those things. If anyone is offended or felt uncomfortable by my speech, I seek forgiveness from Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.